In 1941, Nazi Germany invaded the Soviet Union. What could a single Soviet soldier do against a German tank? The answer was almost nothing. Individual anti-tank weapons were immature at the time. Against a steel behemoth weighing dozens of tons, flesh and blood could only despair. More than 80 years later, that answer is being completely rewritten. At the test base of the Second Academy of China Aerospace Science and Industry Corporation, CASIC, a nearly 3-meter-tall mech suit has been unveiled to the public. On the Karakoram Plateau, during frontier training exercises, soldiers equipped with exoskeletons, after completing heavy supply transport, still retain full physical capacity for tactical missions. This is not science fiction. This is a military revolution in the making. This story begins on the rooftop of the world, the Karakoram Plateau. At altitudes between 4,500 and 5,500 meters, the air is thin, the slopes are steep, and the cold is extreme. A border soldier carrying 30 kilos of gear can reach his physiological limit after just a few kilometers on foot. Previously, supplies relied on pack animals and vehicles. But the last 2 kilometers, where vehicles cannot reach, often became the biggest bottleneck in logistical support. Now, all of that is changing. The QL2 individual exoskeleton has already been fielded in bulk to plateau units. It weighs just 12 kilos in total. Its carbon fiber composite frame, thinner than a human hair, is tougher than steel. Its titanium alloy joints are as light as bamboo chopsticks, but can withstand shocks of up to 50 kilos. It provides 50 kilos of load-bearing assistance, effectively doubling the soldier's carrying capacity at high altitude. In extreme cold of minus 30 degrees C, it can operate continuously for 11.6 hours. With it, the soldier's physical exertion is reduced by 40%. Climbing snowy peaks at 4,500 meters, their pace is actually faster than without the exoskeleton. What is even more remarkable is its ability to read the mind. Through high-precision pressure sensors and micro-electro-hydraulic drives distributed across the shoulders, back, waist, and leg joints, the system can sense the soldier's movement intention in real time and deliver precise powered assistance synchronously. It anticipates movement in 0.1 seconds, automatically assisting the knees when squatting, boosting the waist when climbing, and even correcting a stumble in advance. One soldier commented, "It feels like my body suddenly becomes lighter, but I can't even feel the machine working." This unnoticeable assistance is the ultimate goal of exoskeleton technology. Test data shows that when a soldier runs up a 45-degree snow slope carrying ammunition boxes, their heart rate is 15% lower than when walking unassisted on flat ground. At altitudes above 4,000 meters, a typical soldier is at his limit with 30 kilos of load, but with the exoskeleton, he can easily carry over 100 rounds of heavy machine gun ammunition or a stretcher with a wounded comrade without losing speed. The QL2 is just one member of China's exoskeleton family. The exoskeletons currently in service with the PLA are not merely light or heavy. They represent a differentiated deployment tailored to distinct combat scenarios. Type 1, full-body powered suit. Built with a carbon fiber titanium alloy frame, it provides 60 kilos of leg support plus 40 kilos of arm assistance. Its role is to handle heavy supplies, large equipment, carry individual heavy armor, and operate heavy caliber weapons. Its mission, to transform the individual soldier into a mobile firepower platform. Type 2, portable assistive set. Providing 50 kilo of assistance, it reduces the perceived load by 50%. It accompanies infantry on patrols and short-range supply transport, enabling each soldier to carry more ammunition and tactical gear, thereby extending combat endurance. On plateau patrols, mission duration has increased from the traditional 4 hours to 6 to 8 hours. Type 3, lightweight knee brace. Providing 25 kilo of climbing assistance, it enhances mobility in complex terrain, reducing physical strain and improving the soldier's endurance during mobile combat. These 3 types cover the entire operational chain, from logistic support to frontline assault. But the value of exoskeletons goes far beyond bearing loads. They are now penetrating from logistics into tactical operations. Casualty evacuation efficiency has increased by 50%, Whereas it used to take 2 soldiers to carry a 70-kilo wounded comrade, now a single medical soldier wearing an exoskeleton can do it alone. Patrol units can now carry heavy firepower elements, portable anti-tank missiles, automatic grenade launchers, and even lightweight drone munition bays. A 12.7mm heavy machine gun, which used to require 2 or 3 soldiers to set up and operate, could in the future be handled by a single soldier, with the exoskeleton assisting in deployment, firing, and repositioning. If the QL-2 represents today, then the next project represents tomorrow. At the test base of the 2nd Academy of China Aerospace Science and Industry Corporation, CASIC, a nearly 3-meter-tall mech suit has been publicly demonstrated for the first time. The project leader, Chinese aerospace expert Zhang Lijian, revealed that China is developing a super soldier exoskeleton system. This system can increase the operator's strength by more than 10 times. In tests, the robotic arm easily lifted a 500-kilo steel plate with astonishing precision, but that is not the most stunning part. In the demonstration area, the operator performed a counter-armor exercise. Wearing the super soldier gear, he remotely controlled a drone swarm and precisely struck a tank target 10 kilometers away. 10 kilometers. To put that in perspective, the most advanced anti-tank missiles today have ranges of only 5 to 8 kilometers. The super soldier already has a strike radius that exceeds the majority of individual anti-tank weapons in existence. The biggest feature of the system is its human-machine interaction design. Traditional robots require complex command inputs, but this mech system can directly read the operator's intentions. The operator can control the equipment through a neural interface with just their thoughts, with response times so fast they are almost unbelievable. This is no longer operating a machine. It is human-machine integration. According to the roadmap, by 2035, the super soldier system will achieve large-scale deployment. At that time, a single warrior could wear heavy body armor, carry 4 drones, be equipped with a 22 micro-missile launcher, wield a 25mm autocannon, and even command 4 robotic wolf drones in coordinated operations. One soldier alone could counter an entire enemy platoon. That is not hyperbole. It is the conclusion of technical projections. The deeper significance lies in this. The super soldier fills the combat gap left by unmanned systems due to their inherent limitations. In complex and unpredictable battlefield environments, unmanned systems may be disabled by signal interference, terrain obstacles, or other factors. The super soldier, with its adaptability and decision-making capability, can continue to execute missions, ensuring operational continuity. Human beings remain the decisive factor in war. You might ask, why is China leading the world in this field? The answer lies in a unique path: civil-military integration. Unlike the closed systems of traditional military projects, China has chosen a state-led, multi-participant civil-military integration route. In 2019, the Super Warrior competition brought together over 50 exoskeleton prototypes from 25 institutions, covering categories such as light mobility, heavy load marching, and ammunition handling. State-owned defense conglomerates steer fundamental R&D directions. Private enterprises rapidly iterate application technologies. University research teams tackle core challenges in materials and artificial intelligence. This seemingly fragmented R&D landscape actually constitutes a highly dynamic innovation ecosystem. It not only avoids the risk of relying on a single technological pathway, but also fosters competitive breakthroughs on key performance indicators. In terms of deployment, the PLA has also demonstrated strategic wisdom. Instead of rushing to equip all units nationwide, they targeted the most challenging theater first, the high-altitude border plateau. In the oxygen-thin, high-altitude environment, exoskeletons not only enhance individual load-carrying capacity, but directly translate into sustained combat advantage. Test data show that soldiers equipped with powered frames experience a 50% reduction in perceived load, enabling them to carry 70 kilos of equipment over loose gravel terrain, equivalent to giving every infantry squad the carrying capacity of an extra armored personnel carrier. More importantly, the operational data collected comes from one of the harshest natural environments on Earth, providing invaluable feedback for subsequent technical improvements. The exoskeleton technology represents a new individual equipment race that is fundamentally altering the underlying logic of modern warfare. When human soldiers are deeply integrated with mechanical systems, the traditional model of warfare, based on physical endurance, is being redefined. During the exercises of the 76th Group Army, a breathtaking scene unfolded. Exoskeleton soldiers, together with unmanned combat vehicles, robotic dogs, and drones, formed an intelligent squad, achieving a new tactic of human-in-the-loop multi-platform coordination. The soldier is no longer an isolated combat unit, but the neural endpoint of an entire combat network. The exoskeleton has become the physical interface connecting the human to intelligent systems. From the QL-2 to the super soldier, from 12 kilos to a 3-meter mech, from high-altitude load carrying to precision strikes at 10 kilometers, China's exoskeleton technology is undergoing a leap from tool to organ. According to the roadmap, by 2035, individual soldier systems will achieve deep human-machine integration. The exoskeleton will no longer be merely worn, it will become as natural as a part of the body, fused with the soldier. The future warrior will not only enhance physical strength through the exoskeleton, but will also directly control drones and unmanned vehicles 10 kilometers away for reconnaissance and strike missions. The man walks on the ground, his eyes fly in the sky, and his hand strikes afar. Foreign media have commented that the Chinese military is building a special forces unit of Iron Men. Will this unit be formally fielded by 2035? The answer remains uncertain, but one thing is certain. When every soldier becomes a mobile combat platform, the exoskeleton will become the standard issue gear for future infantry, fundamentally changing the shape and tempo of land warfare. And China is leading this transformation.